Hi guys, today we'll be looking at how F&B businesses can automate their food delivery platform and focusing on the importance of controlling each step of this end-to-end process. Now, the purpose of today is to show you how ICO can automate and streamline your delivery process. And it starts with taking orders. So I'm going to show you how ICO will allow your business to seamlessly take orders from anywhere. We will then go on to the kitchen production and discuss the optimal way to manage any orders, and then go on to deliveries themselves and discuss how ICO can help you become more efficient on that final mile. And finally, just how ICO can assure that you have full visibility of real-time analytics and data. Now, before we get started, let me give you a very brief intro as to who we are, because ICO works solely within the F&B industry, and we work with businesses on a global scale to help them automate their end-to-end restaurant management process. So we started in 2007, and we are fortunate enough now to work with over 30,000 different organizations. 25% of these actually work with ICO and use our delivery functionality, and that is what I would like to focus on today. Two of our customers on a global scale that I would like to briefly mention are both Papa John's and Pizza Hut, because they both work with ICO. They both use ICO to manage their delivery operations. So let's have a look at how we can actually automate the end-to-end food delivery process, because there are some critical stages throughout the process that actually need certain requirements in order to gain that full visibility and that full control. So when orders are actually placed, you don't want to have to re-key in any of this information depending on where the order has come from. When the order reaches your kitchen, it shouldn't be there and stay there for a while. It needs to be there and ready to cook, ready to go for your kitchen team. And when it comes to your deliveries, when it comes to your delivery drivers, you need to know exactly where they are at every point in real time throughout their shift. Now, ICO is a full delivery management system, and we can aid you through each and every one of these stages. So, from a customer's point of view, they simply need the ability to easily place an order. They want that order to be received within a certain period of time, and clearly they want that food to be great. But in order for this to be achieved time and time again, in order for restaurants and kitchens to achieve this, there are a multitude of factors, and therefore being able to manage each of these steps from one place is key, and that is exactly what ICO's unified platform will allow you to do. You'll be able to put down the pen and paper. You won't need to be making any more of those Excel spreadsheets. All of your delivery data and analytics will be accessible in real time at any point throughout the day. So, receiving orders. When it comes to receiving any orders, you need the ability to receive all of these orders in one place. And with ICO, that is what you get. Any order that you receive is sent directly to your POS. With ICO, you don't need to worry about any extra hardware, and you certainly don't need to worry about keying in any extra orders. We have direct integrations with the likes of Uber Eats, and we also have direct integrations with Deliveroo, which essentially means there are absolutely no middleware fees, and any orders that are sent from these platforms are sent directly to your POS. In terms of managing any online orders or app orders, we are partnered with Preaday, and therefore any orders from these sections, they fall under the ICO umbrella as well. So they're nice and simple to manage, and once again, they are sent directly to your POS. This is simply to help you manage every single order that you receive with more efficiency. We're aiming to reduce the amount of mistakes that are made whilst processing orders as well, and hopefully the amount of orders that are incorrect that are being sent from your kitchen is going to be stopped as well. So next up is actually managing your orders. You need the ability to manage every order that you receive efficiently, and there are some common factors that actually stop this happening. So kitchens often have multiple hardware setups. So every order they receive, it's not in one place, it's going to one system, it might be going to another system, and this can often cause confusion, and it can often cause orders possibly being missed, and it can certainly cause orders being slowed down during the delivery and during the actual processing of that order. Also, future orders that are being sent, they're often sent directly to the kitchen environment, but this should not be the case. Orders that are meant for an hour's time or possibly 2 hours' time, they should not be going to your kitchen team. They should only be going to your kitchen team when they are due to be cooked. Now, with ICO, we have a unified platform, which means you can see and manage the status of any order from one UI. Every order that you receive can be managed from one single POS, which absolutely and completely eliminates the need for any other hardware to be used as well. You can also view any future orders on your POS. When you receive these future orders, they are held on this POS. They're not sent to the kitchen. They are only sent to the kitchen, and your team within that kitchen environment will only be able to view them when it's time for them to actually be prepared and when it's time for them to be cooked. The restaurant environment itself, they're often incredibly busy, and it's led to a lot of businesses to use call centers. So for multi-site businesses with a high volume of orders, they're likely to have a different phone number for every single one of their sites. But call centers actually change this. Call centers allow multi-site businesses to have one number for all of their customers to call. So it makes it a little bit easier for a customer to actually call and place an order. With ICO, we will allow your call centers to store and identify customers' details based upon their phone numbers. This means when any orders are actually being sent from the call centers directly to the kitchen, the customer details have already automatically been filled in. We will also save customers' last two orders because humans, we're often creatures of habit and we like to order the same food time and time again. So hopefully this will also help speed up that delivery process. Now, the functionality that ICO provides means that anyone that calls to make an order, they're going to end up spending less time on the phone. And for the order processor themselves, they're going to have the ability to increase the speed in which it takes them to actually place any one of their orders. Now, the efficiency of kitchen management is essential for a successful food delivery business. So, what are some of the key components that we're going to be looking for? Well, often in kitchens, orders actually they do get missed. That is quite common, and often orders are also made incorrectly. So you need to assure that you closely manage each kitchen stage. It's pretty vital. It's common that kitchens are split up into different areas where certain foods is prepared in each specific area. So each area can be clearly set up on ICO's kitchen display screen so that each kitchen team know exactly what food that they need to prepare in their specific section. The kitchen team can clearly see any notes provided as well. So if you're like me and you like your steak well done, these notes can be visible on the kitchen screens for the section that actually needs to be cooking that certain food type. Also, these notes come in incredibly handy because they can be used for allergen information as well. So chefs can be aware of this whilst they're cooking any food. Now, there are occasions where kitchens are going to be running behind. Unfortunately, this is inevitable. But in this scenario, the management team can use a delay timer, and this will update any customer that placing orders that that kitchen at that time is unfortunately running slightly behind their standard delivery times. Now, the delivery process doesn't stop here. We still have to control that final mile. We need to control the delivery itself. And at ICO, we've developed a driver app that enables you to improve the efficiency of your drivers, because having worked with many different restaurateurs and many different businesses in the past, there does seem to be a few common themes. So, for example, how do you know where all of your drivers are? How do you know when any orders have actually been delivered? And what happens if a driver has a problem and it's stopping them from actually completing any of their deliveries? So, firstly, you need to assure that all of your drivers have our app installed on their phones, and this can be done via Android or via iOS. And this way, you can see exactly where they are at any point throughout their evening or throughout their day. Otherwise, you're simply going to be second guessing when any of those drivers are due back, and you're not going to actually be able to get any future orders ready to go out. And also making sure your drivers are using this delivery app, because the delivery app will allow all drivers to actually confirm when each and every one of their orders has been delivered. Now, the app also has a fantastic feature that will allow each driver or any driver to report any problems that they have. And this will go directly back to the pods. And it's really quite key for communication purposes, because it will allow the kitchen to then speak directly to the customer, and that just in case there have been any issues in actually their delivery that evening or throughout that day. Now, on the flip side of this, the app actually has a satellite navigation function, and it will show all drivers the quickest route possible for them to optimize any of their deliveries. Now, management teams in your operation need full visibility of where each and every one of their drivers are, and this needs to be key because they need to do it at all times. They also need to be able to see exactly what orders have been delivered, and on the other side of that, what orders are still outstanding as well, because clearly this all needs to be visible on one platform. And through ICO, this is what you get with our unified platform, because all of this information is directly viewable from the POS terminal itself. This allows every member of staff to have full comfort that you're in complete control of your customer deliveries. You'll be able to see the visibility of your drivers in real time, no matter where they are throughout their shift. So you'll also be able to see what orders have been delivered as well, or what orders are still outstanding. So if you get a call from a customer, you can tell them exactly where the driver is at that point, and you can let them know when they can expect their order to be delivered. It's simply a really great way for managers to have full visibility of their whole delivery fleet, and it's a really great way to manage that final mile more effectively. Now, managing your KPIs is critical, because food delivery is a fast-paced environment, and tracking your KPIs is crucial for both efficiency as well as assuring your customers are going to be happy. Now, the KPI screens are live and they're often positioned within the kitchen environment, because this helps provide transparency for your whole team, and it shows them how they're doing and how they're performing throughout each day. Now, on this specific KPI screen, you can see that they want to assure every order is out the door within a 14-minute period from the point that the kitchen's actually received it. And they also want to keep track on how many of their deliveries have been delivered in under 30 minutes. If you have multiple sites, each of your sites' live data can even be shown throughout all of your separate kitchens. And the idea of this is to simply help drive each team member to work to their optimum and to work to their most efficient in every shift possible. Now, another area of analytics that is incredibly useful will be your delivery data. So, specifically, where you are strong and where you might be slightly weaker when it comes to your delivery territories. Now, what ICO offers you here is the ability to visually see certain statistics. So, the areas that you're selling most to, for example, as well as, and possibly more importantly, the areas that you don't actually supply much to. You'll even be able to see the average order amount on each of these specific areas. And it's hugely powerful because it can enable you to improve how you assign your advertising spend, and it will allow you to understand exactly where your high valued customers are. Now, another area when it comes to data and when it comes to analytics is being able to access your data at any time, at anywhere. We know that business owners, they're not always on site. Business owners are often on the go, but this means that they need the ability to see how their site is performing at any time. And this is specifically what ICO does. Any action and any activity within your operations, you can see in real time. You can have access to your full P&L, for example. You can see your sales analytics for that precise day. You can keep an eye on your inventory as well, no matter where you are. And even if you don't have time to do this, then that's okay. That's not a problem. We will set you up a daily email that is sent to you every day, and it will contain specific reports and specific data that are important to you to see. Now, depending on whether you're an independent or you're a global chain, there are many different shapes and sizes of food delivery operations. And there is no doubt that with ICO, we have a wealth of functionalities that would benefit your specific setup. And therefore, what you can see here are many other functionalities that ICO can actually offer. So next steps, let's share the relevant capabilities to suit your operation. Let's jump on a demo that we can completely tailor to fit your specific needs and requirements. Because when we say we are an all-in-one EPOS system, we really do mean it. And we would love to be a part of your future success. I hope that you found value in this, and we really look forward to hearing from you soon.